Hello and welcome. It is the final day of May 2017. My name is Derek. Welcome. In this video, I'm going to go over this particular 2-hour chart on the Bitstamp exchange from bitcoincharts.com. Go over the analysis of this particular chart, talk a little bit about the webbot, and go over just simple strategies on the crypto gain. As myself, I started very late February with under 1/2 of a Bitcoin. And my goal was to see if I could make about 20 of them in about a year or so time. And today I just broke through past the +2 Bitcoin profit on trades today. And that's remarkable. It took about twice as long, if not longer, to get the first profit. It only took me a few weeks to get the second one. And it's very easy to win in this crypto trading game. I'm going to be going over that and just a little strategy that I've done that really anyone can use that could have some really good profits. So let's get started. And within this chart, we got a high roughly around 27.5 to 27.75. So 27.65, somewhere around there. And a low in at 18.50. I really don't want to talk too much about the webbot report, and Cliff High is not paying me in any means to advertise it. In fact, I'm a paying customer myself. I decided last night, you know what, I've already read the previous one, let's buy the next one. And for $99 US, I think I'm going to be very happy with my purchase, halfpasthuman.com. And I'm really not going to say too much unless I have to, or unless Jay Snip4 has talked about it. He said a lot himself, and well, because of the Etherum talk, I got into that. I'm happy that I have. Anyway, in the previous report, they were talking about 2,300 being a significant level where it's going to go up to. And well, we can see that it kind of didn't resist there much really the first time. It had a decent move. And then several 100-point drop to where gold's all-time high previously was. That's 1822. Okay, 1850 was this bottom. So when I read it originally, I'm trying to go through it. I'm thinking, okay, wait a second. It doesn't make sense that a several 100-point drop from 23 is going to go from 23 to 18. That just doesn't make sense from here to here. I thought on a 2300 drop, it would. Even though it stated to 1850. I'm 1850. I would have thought, I'm still thinking it's going to go maybe to that 12 number, 1300 number. And no, but it goes up to 27 change, and notice 23 in here. I've talked a lot in this channel about, let's see Fibonacci beats a psychological number, and it usually does. Well, now webbot defeats the Fibonacci retracement numbers. Let's pull these numbers up because I can. There's a high 2875, the low 1850. Key numbers about a little south of 22 and a little north of 24. Little south of 22. Okay, yeah, that worked out good. How about 20? No, that didn't work good. It meant here, if you're trying on this uptrend, you want to sell target, you have your sell order here, you don't hit. So there's a situation where Fibonacci retracement didn't give you any type of profits. In fact, you would have got more profits selling at 23 and buying back at the 21s. However, reading chart, adjusting to the message of the market, it was already pretty big, 23 in here, but now one test, two test, test three. And each time, it's been making these higher lows. So we got low 1, low 2, low 3, low 4. Maybe it pulls back a little to here, makes another one. But on the break of this resistance, yeah, I'm going to be expecting a move up to the previous high. Now when I did the giveaway series last week, I did 5 different tokens, one being game credits. And the reason why I got into game credits was because in the original report, they stated that tokens revolving around games are gonna hold up really well. Well, game credits, that looks like one, so I bought it. And Well, apparently it's not really got anything to do with games in any measure, and it's not projected to do anything great. So I've talked about game credits. I'm out of it. I sold out this morning, so I thought in case anybody was buying because I stated so, or whatever, because just because I talked about the code, I'm just going to let you know I'm not in it anymore. All right, so that will be that. Next thing is that of, well, before I get into just managing portfolio, obviously a break above this point, expect decent sized green candles in the next stage of previous high. I don't think I stated that before, and it should be obvious after watching many of my videos. That's where you'd be expecting it to go. But with that being stated, just for something to do, well, more for something to do because I was confident this would work. Because if anyone ever asks me, man, help me get into cryptos. I don't got much time, but I really want to make a bunch of money. Okay. This is one of the strategies that just for fooling around, I started on May the 5th. On one exchange, I deposited a little hair under 8% of a Bitcoin. 8%. And that was, again, early in the month. It didn't take long for 8% to turn to 10%. In fact, it only took about 3 days. It then retraced. It was down for many days, but then started going back up around the 17th of May. Managed to get all the way up to about 14% on the 23rd. So I went from 18 to 14 on one exchange in less than a month, and currently right now it stands at a little under 12%, so about 11.8. And what I did with this is I put the equal amount into about 20 to 25 different codes, and I bought just equal amounts because my theory is several of them will go up and a few of them will go down, and collectively they should go up. Now, for strategic purposes, I want to get in and out, but I don't want to spend much time doing it. So say, for example, this is one of the ones I bought in here. I know your base currency is Bitcoin. It isn't one of them, but let's assume it is, and let's just say you bought right now. So what I'm going to do is I want to put a sell target in, but I want good gains. I don't want a small move. So let's just assume, okay, I think it's going to go up to 4,000. So I'm going to sell at 4,000. And for each code, let's just say I put 5 units in each code. Well, what am I going to be worth at 4,000? If I'm worth 8, I'm going to sell 3. If I'm worth 9, I'm going to sell 4. I'm going to sell whatever is required for me to be put back at 5%. Whenever I noticed a sell order comes in, I will then use that Bitcoin to see what I want to buy with it. Maybe there's a code I don't have that I want to get. Maybe there's one of my codes that are down that used to be worth 5 tokens is now worth 4 or 3, and I want to just get it back to 5. So anything of that nature, put it back in. And I don't get too many sell orders, but I get some. And I try to fill my buy orders in so that I can get the best price on something. So for example, say you're talking about buying something like a coin like Doji or whatever. You got a buy spread ask of 105, 102, say. And I'm thinking, you know what, maybe I can go down to 88. So I'm going to put a buy order in for 88 and then just wait. If the market goes way up, I'll have to delete it and put a new one in. But that's basically what I would do, a very simple strategy. And it's been working pretty well because we're in a situation within this game where if you're losing, you really, I don't know what to say. It's so easy to win in this game. Do you have just one code or 2 codes? Or are you doing the beginner mistake where you're, say, buying here and selling down here? I mean, that's the only way I can see where one would be losing. I know for myself, I started with under 1/2 of a Bitcoin. And my goal in about 12 months was to make around 20. And today I just surpassed the +2 Bitcoin profit on trades number or mark, which means I'm 10% of the way there. And the first Bitcoin took a while to make, the second one not so long, and that's because of compounded gain. And overall, if you're starting with like 40% of a Bitcoin and you've made 2, that's about a 500% return. And you know, if I wasn't so cautious, so safe, I'd probably be making more. But that's the strategy I use, just to be that safe. And again, hard to lose money in this market, and I think it's going to stay that way for a while. That's just my feel, my view on the situation, and that's how I'm playing it, as far as I'm expecting a lot of these to do well, and just aggressively trying to buy low and sell at very high peaks, and just keep on doing that as a profitable strategy, and that's the one that I'm implementing. So thank you for tuning in, and take care.